Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing okay. It's good. It's a fantastic morning, guys. It is match day. It's excitement. You know what I mean? It's a positive. We're going to get the positive vibes going on, guys. Before I start, though, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash the like on the video. If you guys can do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic, of course. Brilliant to have you guys here with me, of course. As with every time, of course, guys, let me just delete this real quickly. Have you ever tweeted someone the wrong thing? Have you ever tweeted someone? I certainly have, definitely have. I do it all the time. Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Let's get through some of your messages real quickly. Good morning, fan and legend. What's going on, brother? I hope you're going well. Let's get into that. Better than Rashford, better technique. Coachable, and most of all, a team player. He's hungry for success and he can bat at left wing with ease. It's a no-brainer. If Ineos signs him, I'll take my hat off. Calm. Sanjay, good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Mandem. A big good morning, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is good with you. I hope you're very well, my friend. Absolutely. Rasta, what's your score for the team, Sal? My score for tonight? Oh, goodness me. I'm going for a Man United 2-0 victory tonight. I'm going for a 2-0 victory tonight. That's what I'm going for. But as our fan said, let's get into the news. Manchester United are favourites to capture the signature of Mathis Tel, guys. Mathis Tel. Mathis Tel. Mathis Tel has said that he wants to come to Manchester United. He's rejected the possibility of going to Chelsea, and that is fantastic. Someone who wants to come to Manchester United. Now, let's think about Mathis Tel. Mathis Tel is only 19 years old, guys. Burst onto the scene, French under 16, 17, 19, 21 international, and became and really started making a name for himself. Unfortunately, it hasn't looked as rosy at Bayern Munich. But what we have to understand about Bayern Munich is that, not many players go there and really shine recently. If we're being honest with you, it's not like the old days with Bayern Munich. And there is obviously a big ceiling, a high ceiling for Tel. There is a very, very high ceiling for him. He can improve. And at a club like Man United, he's most definitely got a higher ceiling than Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford has stalled. He's stalled. And to be honest with you, we can't keep carrying players like Marcus Rashford. That is not what we should be doing. Mathis Tel, 19 years old. It will be a loan deal. I would love a permanent deal for this player. I would, to be honest with you. I think it'd be brilliant. We could nurture him. We could train him. We could build him into that sort of player that we need that fits in Ruben Amorim's system. He is a team player. He does create more. He can score goals. He's a professional, and he's liked by his fans. Many Bayern Munich fans do not want to see Tel go. But if he came to Man United, I don't know how this works, guys, but I don't know. If Tel signs for Man United, can he still play in the Europa League, guys? As he's played in the Champions League, can he still play in the Europa League? I don't know if there's a cut-tied thing going on there. But Mathis Tel, look, you know what? I've been hearing about him for the last couple of years. You know what? Very, very high prospect, of course, guys, and the future. He cannot be written off just because he went to Bayern. He hasn't scored many goals at Bayern. But, as a player, as a creative input, as a player who has a high ceiling, I think it's a must-do. As Irfan said, I think it's a must-do. Absolutely. Big up, Darren. What's going on? Sal tweeted that he loved me. Did you? You'd be lucky, mate. Absolutely. Let's see if we can get this over the line. Absolutely, Rasta. Absolutely. Big up, Chow. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I question Tel's mentality if he's afraid to have competition in Chelsea and rejected him. Have a competition in Chelsea. Man United are bigger than Chelsea. Don't worry about Chelsea. Man United are bigger than Chelsea. Man United's shirt is heavier than Chelsea's. Chelsea, they're not going to do anything this year. It doesn't matter where they are in the league. They spent $1 billion in the last year or so. Not interested in Chelsea, to be honest with you. Man United are a far bigger club than Chelsea. You know what I mean? 20 titles. Who are Chelsea at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Look, Tel will come to Man United because he wants to come to Man United because listen to what Euro said yesterday. Listen to what Euro said yesterday. Right, and understand who Man United are. I suggest you do, Chow. I suggest you go into the realms of education in regards to Man United, who we are, our past, and you know what? Compared to Chelsea, forget what the league positions say. Man United is still a much bigger pool than Chelsea. Absolutely, and that's why we got Euro. That's why we'll probably get Tel ahead of them. The only good thing about Chelsea is that they have a good good owner, which is Ted Bowley. He's a good owner. They've always had good owners. Abramovich is a good owner. You know what I mean? And you know what? They've always had that. We've been disabled by that, but we still managed to, do better. You know what I mean? Over the last few years. I heard Mr. Entitled off to Galatasaray, full pages wage. I don't think they'll pay his full wage. Maybe a percentage, man, then. But you know what? He needs to go. He needs to go. He definitely needs to go. Marcus Rashford. I mean, ain't he tired of Marcus Rashford? I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but I'm tired of him. The press conference yesterday was just a cesspit of Marcus Rashford. You could see in Ruben Amorim's face that he's like, oh, for goodness sake, another Marcus Rashford question. What next? How many questions are going to ask me about Marcus Rashford? It's crazy, isn't it? Ciao. What do you think of Cunha? He is a perfect fit for us in left 10. There's lots of players who are a perfect fit. Cunha is a fantastic player. I like Cunha. I really do. Of course, started his career in Spain, and he hasn't done as well since he had rumors about his name. He hasn't been done well as he has done. He has dropped a little bit, if I'm being totally honest with you, mate. He's dropped a little bit, but I like the player. I think he's a good player. I think in Ruben Amorim's system, he will be a very, very good player, my friend. Absolutely. He'll be a very, very good player. Man United need players like that. Tel, though, in regards to Tel, it would be telling, wouldn't it? In regards to Tel, I think he'll be brilliant. Get Rashford at the football club. Get him at another football club, of course, guys. And you know what? We bring in Tel and we see what happens, of course. But let's not forget that Tel is a young lad. He is a young player. And you know what? We have to nurture him. And it's difficult. The Premier League is not the Bundesliga. Let's remember that. I've seen many players come from the Bundesliga and fall flat on their face. I remember a player, I don't know if you remember, whose name was Sean Dundee. And he used to be prolific in Germany. Came to England at Liverpool, I think he went, and 0. Look, you know what? Notoriously, we haven't had much luck, But, I don't know what's going on with Bayern. I don't know why they're getting rid of players. I don't know. They still have Eric Dyer in their team. That is crazy. But you know what? With me, I'm very flexible, impartial with my opinions. I don't go directly one way, and that's it. I stick by that, by hook or by crook, even if evidence has shown me that, I'm wrong. I say this like this. Tel has a great potential, a very, very high ceiling. And if he can come to Man United, I think there's no better manager than Ruben Amorim to nurture those skills. Because you know what? We're seeing glimpses of a great player. He just needs to be nurtured. He just needs to find his right football club, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Pearl. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream, Pearl. Prediction is Man United to win 3-0. I would love that, Pearl. If that happened, I would love that. That would be brilliant. If Man United managed to win the game by 3-0, wow. I'm going for 2-0. I think it will be a difficult game. Let's not forget FCSB are Steaua Bucharest. They are quite a big club in Romania. They have won the European Cup in the past, of course. I can't remember, in 1988 or 1984, something like that. They won the European Cup. And without any Google in front of me, guys. Yeah, just to let you know, right? Yeah, look, you know what? They've won the European Cup. FCSB obviously are Steaua Bucharest. So they're more successful than Arsenal in theory. You know what I mean? So, look, they have to win the game. They are on 15 points, I believe. I think it's 14 points. They're on 14 points, and the team directly below them are on 13 points. So, you know what? They have to win. They have to win to get into that top 8. Man United, relatively, not 100%, but Man United need a draw. But you know what I would say is that Man United need to go for the win, because the draw isn't guaranteed either. Depending what the results are in the other game, the draw isn't guaranteed either. It is likely that we would qualify with a draw, but I would like us to go out there and win the game and just without a question, get us through. We might even come second and qualify in the top 2 seeds. You never know, depending what results are. Just go out there and win the game and see what happens, of course, guys. Absolutely. CCL, what's going on? We should sell Rasmus, bring in Tel. We can't sell Rasmus. I would rather sell Rashford, if I'm being honest with you. We can't sell Rasmus unless we get 42 million for him. Otherwise, it will affect our FFP, and Man United will be in dire straits in regards to financial issues. So we can't just sell him because we purchased him for a ridiculous amount of 73 million. You know what I mean? But I trust, you know what? I'm not throwing in the towel with with Rasmus. I'm definitely not. I think like the most I will do is I'll put him on loan and see how he does at another club. That's what I would do. I'll put him on loan at Germany, you know, France or Italy, something like that, and see how he does. And you never know, he might recapture his form. He might become good. You know what I mean? Tel, we'll have to see how Tel does. Let's not just say Tel's going to be magnificent. 12 appearances, 0 goals. You know what I mean? Let's not guys, let's be calm about this. You know what I mean? He's not the finished product. You know, how do you know he's going to come to Man United and absolutely set the world alight? He's played in the Bundesliga. And as we know, the Bundesliga is not the Premier League. We have to wait and see. I'm a big fan of Tel, but you know what I mean? We have to be a little bit calm and a little bit like, you know what I mean? Relax. You know what I mean? Relax. You know what I mean? Like that. Because at the end of the day, like this player is, you know, there's a reason that Bayern are not keeping him at the moment. There's a reason for that. I'm not going to say that, you know what, that's the end of Tel, blah, blah, blah. I'm not, because I do believe that everyone's journey is different. You know what I mean? But what I would say is that let's keep a level head with it and let's see what happens, of course, guys. You never know what can happen, of course. Absolutely. Big up CCL. Bayern is because they don't give him minutes to play. Absolutely, Tel. Well, why is that, Chow? Why is that? Mandem, tell him to sign up ASAP. Tell him to sign up ASAP. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have a journalist on later. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to be speaking about the Tel deal and stuff like that. Hopefully, we get some news. Hopefully, we get some good news in regards to Man United and signings. Nothing will be better than Man United to sign players. Man United right now are short of players. We got rid of Anthony. Anthony plays at Betis now. So we need to replace Anthony. Yes, we got the left wing back. The left wing back. Let's not underestimate the way football is. Let's think about it with a football IQ. Man United, the balance of the team is very bad. Man United don't have left wing backs, don't have right wing backs, really. We have full backs, right? So if Man United now have got Dorgu, we got a left wing back now. Man United, if they've got a right wing back, it will improve the balance of our side. It will improve the balance of our side. And that helps the attack. That will help the attack because it will create spaces for the likes of Ahmad, the likes of Garnacho, the likes of Fernandez. It will create space for those players. And this is an obviously big thing in football. And when you create spaces, you create spaces for the strikers as well. So we got to look at that. We got to look at it from an educational point of view in regards to football. You know, I know we want the shiny new toy. We want Tel. We want this. We want that. But we got to look at things in a constructive way and say, like, why are Man United not playing well? Is it because if we bring Tel in, are we going to absolutely become beasts? You know, we're not. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we'll be better, maybe. You know what I mean? But, you know, let's see what happens at the end of the day when he comes into the Man United team. If he comes into the Man United team. And let's see what happens. And I wish him the best of luck if he does, of course. Loan Tel and obligation to buy at the end of the season. I don't know if they'll do that. It's up to Bayern Munich, of course. What a coincidence. As soon as Dorgu here, Shaw is back in training. Yeah, mentioned that yesterday, Charles. We've been speaking about yesterday. I mentioned it even before it happened. I mentioned it in the This Morning show yesterday and Breaking Dawn yesterday that soon, I bet you any money that Luke Shaw comes back into training today. And I said that yesterday in Breaking Dawn. Lo and behold, he walked straight into the training ground with no shame. He's a criminal. He's a fraud. Whatever you want to say, guys. Absolutely. Oh, my goodness me. I couldn't believe my eyes. Do you know what I mean? Rashford was in the training yesterday. There was questions posed to, obviously, Ruben Amorim in regards to Rashford. I mean, too many questions in regards, why is he in training and stuff like that? Why is he in training? We got to sell the player. If we're going to sell the player, we've got to keep him fit. You know what I mean? We don't want to just upset the apple cart too much, of course. DK, we don't have the much cash. Also get an experienced nice player like Lookman. You don't have much cash, then you talk about Lookman, GK. Lookman is worth 50, 60 million. And you want to get look. Goodness me. Absolutely. He's a snake. Absolutely. That's why we need Tel on loan. Mate, GK, you don't need to tell me why we need Tel on loan. I know more than you, brother. So at the end of the day, I know why we need Tel on loan. I know we can't afford Tel. At the end of the day, as my guy was saying there in the chat, obligation to buy, things like that can be done. You know what I mean? Things like that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know. So Tel on loan is good, but Lookman is unrealistic. I mean, you're talking of contradicting yourself by saying we ain't got no money. Then you're talking about Lookman. It's unrealistic, my man. Absolutely. Rasta Stock, who is the starting 11 for you, Sal? I gave that yesterday, my guy. I gave that yesterday. I'm going to bring it up again for you guys just to see my starting 11 for the game, of course. Let me have a look. Oh, I've got rid of it, mate. I've got rid of it. Oh, it's here. Is that it? Here's my starting 11. Bayern there, Martinez, Maguire, De Ligt, Ahmad, Dalot, Mainu, Ugarte, Fernandes, Garnacho, and Xerxes. That's my starting 11, Rasta, for tomorrow, my friend. That is my starting 11 for tomorrow, brother. Absolutely. Yeah, that is it, of course. Well, it might be something around that. It might not be that, but it might be something around that, of course. That formation, of course, guys. So let's wait and see what Ruben Amorim picks, of course. Absolutely. You know what? The press conference yesterday, guys, and let's get straight into this, guys. Let's get straight into the press conference from yesterday. There are some quotes I want to bring through with you guys. Absolutely. Ruben Amorim speaking yesterday, of course, in the presser, very late presser as well. In regards to Marcus Rashford, I said I will not put any player that doesn't give the maximum. I did not say I will not put Marcus Rashford. We are in a better team with Rashford. I know that, said Ruben Amorim. When Marcus Rashford is playing at his absolute best, of course, though. When he's playing at his absolute best, not this Marcus Rashford. Again, the situation is the same for every player. My sentence was that I wouldn't put any player that doesn't give the maximum. I didn't say only Marcus Rashford. We are a better team with him. That's clear. But until the right moment, I won't change my mind. And this is where the media started twisting things in the press conference yesterday. Absolutely twisting things and trying to put words into Ruben Amorim's mouth. Again, if Marcus Rashford will change, we are more than happy to have Rashford. But we have to set standards. It's not personal. It's not personal. Absolutely. And that is the bottom line because Ruben Amorim said so, guys. Absolutely. Ruben Amorim said so. Absolutely, guys. Brilliant comment. Absolutely. That is exactly what it is. It's not personal. Football's not personal. It's all about performing. And that is what it's all about, guys. Absolutely. Ruben Amorim said, it's a big pressure to coach a club like this. We are prepared to do that pressure. Our focus is never to be prepared to lose. It's always prepared to win and improve in the next game. Very cliche, of course. That is the key for every single manager, of course. That's the key for every single manager. It's very important, you know what, to obviously remember that is Manchester United are bigger than any other club. Ruben Amorim on an assessment of United over the last 12 years. Oh, here we go. I mean, where do we start? It's not a crisis. It's a problem because this club is a massive club. And the club has a person like Sir Alex Ferguson in charge of everything for so long. And then when you lose this kind of personality in the club, sometimes it's really hard to start again. So I think that can happen at any club, especially in our club. It was like 27 years with the same person, with that aura, and with that aura in charge of everything. That builds everything. That talks with all the kids. That to bring him here since under 8, under 14. So we need to start doing that without Sir Alex Ferguson and with just a small help from him. So that can happen at any club. Absolutely. Very, very true from Ruben Amorim. Great comments there from Ruben. In regards to Onana, Onana has been speaking. I don't know if you want to hear it from Onana, but Onana has said, for me, we have to win the Europa League. For the guys, they all know it's a big opportunity for us to go directly into the Champions League. So we will give everything to win the Europa League. If we fail, it's not good because it's something we definitely have to win. And we will give everything to win. It will not be easy because some opponents are very good. And that's why we've drawn some games against very good opponents in the past. Thanks to you, Mr. Onana. Please make your words speak. Make your actions speak louder than your words. Please, Onana, make your actions speak louder than your words. We already know where the final is, so we have to be ready to give everything and try to win the Europa League because it's very important for us, not only to win the Europa League, in the FA Cup and in the Premier League, we have to finish as high as we can. Of course, absolutely. It's not just about that, but the Europa League obviously qualifies for the Champions League, so that's very important. The most important thing for us to win, as a Manchester United player, we all know how important the competition is. Of course, what else do we expect? You know what? Sometimes I get a little bit conflicted with these press conferences because, you know, these press conferences, they do get a little bit cliche. We know it's important. We know you have to win the next game. We're pretty aware of that. You know, we are aware that we have to win the next game, and that is what it is, of course. Absolutely. Big up, GK. Big up. I will do great in defense. Big up, GK. Ruben should have banned the journalist who constantly asks questions about Rashford. The thing with Ruben Amorim, he does come across as very polite, but he is a very ruthless guy as well. Look, what Ruben Amorim said is totally facts. And at the end of the day, if they're not performing in training, why would he lie about that? Why would he lie? It's exactly the same thing that happened with Jadon Sancho. Exactly the same thing, except Rashford hasn't wrote a tweet yet. Goodness me, touch wood. He hasn't wrote a tweet yet. And you have to take it as a footballer, as a player plays for one of the biggest clubs in the world. You have to take it. You have to take it on board that you are playing for Man United. You are not training good. And that's not the first time we've heard that. Have you seen Marcus Rashford on the pitch, walking around, strutting around like he's walking in a park? It's mad, isn't it? SLD, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Rashford took it personal. MLS would suit him, and it's a celebrity lifestyle. SLD, he does look like he's going towards that direction, doesn't he? In the one direction. That screws the pun. He does look like he's going towards that direction. He does look like he's more of a social media influence and stuff like that. I'm tired of the media, though, backing him up, because at the end of the day, Marcus Rashford is the one in the wrong here. I've heard things about Marcus Rashford that if I told you guys, you'll be like, wow, really? You know what I mean? And, you know, Ruben Amorim can't say it. He can't speak up. You know what I mean? I did speak a long time ago about, you know, his habits and stuff. And Ruben Amorim can't deal with this. You know, he can't deal with this. It was only a few weeks ago, Marcus Rashford was sent home from training with stomach cramps because he's had an overdose in pills. You know what I mean? And we're talking about Marcus Rashford, and people saying, oh, but you know what? Marcus Rashford is this. Marcus Rashford. And that's not only the problem. There's many problems going on with Marcus Rashford at the moment. But Sal, based on the info you were given about Rashford in private, if that comes to light, would it be enough reason for the club to terminate his contract? I'm hoping that could be. You know what? I don't know the stipulations in his contract, but it is a breach of contract. It is gross misconduct. But it's not just that, Pearl. There's many more things that have come to light, which are more complicated and personal. If I told you, you know, I'd be in big trouble. I've told you about the pills, but the thing is that there's many other things wrong with it as well. There's many other problems going on as well, substances and gambling and all sorts of things that I've been hearing. And that is not just it. And if I told you, it'd be like you would realize that what Ruben Amorim has had to deal with over the last few months with Marcus Rashford is, I wouldn't wish it on any other manager, because at the end of the day, he just wants to concentrate on what's going on the pitch. It's pretty obvious that Ruben Amorim just wants to concentrate on football. That is it. He's a football guy. He just wants to concentrate what's on the football pitch. That's all he wants to do. But he's been distracted by this Rashford. Rashford hasn't performed in 18 months for Manchester United. How can, you know what I mean? He lost his England place, for goodness sake. He's not that guy anymore. And I feel like we just need to get rid of him if we can. Onana couldn't save a PDF. Bigger SLD. Absolutely. A PDF file, that's pretty harder to save. He couldn't save a, what was it? You know what? I'm going to come up with an analogy very quickly. You know what I mean? Shaw should be sold. Yes, he should be. But who's going to buy him, GK? Who's going to buy Luke Shaw at the end of the day? Injury prone, doesn't play enough football games. Who's going to buy Luke Shaw? You know, this is the problem that we're having, of course. Amorim sees through every player. That includes Mr. Entitles, Mr. Injury prone, whatever he feels like it. Absolutely. And Amorim is honest. And that is what I love about Ruben Amorim, is that he is honest. I love his honesty. I really love his honesty. And you know what? There's no substitute for honesty. There's no substitute for honesty, guys. Absolutely not. Rashi does Kim Kardashian. Goodness me, yeah. This me. Greetings, Sal, big fella. Big fella, I'm a small guy, mate. I'm in 70-odd kilos, mate. What's all that about, big fella? I run 5K a day. Oh, goodness me. How many players are we going to sign in the winter? Conrad, John Kennedy. I say one or two, Conrad. I think we can get the second in, and that will be it. That will be it for me. Absolutely. I think we'll get one or two. We got one. I think we'll get two. We got Aiden Heaven, of course, but obviously that is for the future. But I got a feeling we'll get a Tel or someone like that on loan. I got a feeling we'll get that, of course. So let's see what happens with that. No players deserve 100k a week in this current United team. No, they don't at the moment. Wages should be given based on achievements, Chow. Absolutely. Wages should be given based on achievements, not little accolades, not little personal stats. Win the Champions League, challenge for the Premier League, win the Premier League, and then get contracts. That's how it should be. We give players, like, we give them in boxes of cereal the way we give contracts. And that's the problem with Man United. You know what I mean? We give 300k a week contracts. It's madness. Sal, is it true that former England player Paul Gascoigne has a drinking problem? Jim, where have you been for the last 30 years? Jim, where have you been for the last 30 years? Gascoigne is spelled differently as well, my friend. Yeah. Gascoigne. Yeah. Big up, Lisa. What's going on, my friend? Hi, sir. Hats off to Amorim for having the guts to put Rashford out of the squad, which many managers fail to do. Absolutely, my friend, Lisa. Absolutely. I applaud him. And you know what? I'm just baffed. I cannot fathom how any Man United player, any Man United fan could support Rashford in this situation. And I've seen many people support Rashford, of course. Send him back to Southampton and sue Southampton for false advertisement. You know what? Look, I'm not going to be out of order totally SLD, right? I know what Shaw has done, but when Shaw is fit, he's very good, and he would be absolutely incredible for Ruben Amorim's system. But when is he fit? How long's a piece of string? This is the problem with him at the moment. Do you know what I mean? How long is a piece of string in regards to Luke Shaw? We can't keep carrying these players. Bottom line. We can't keep carrying these players. We have to obviously move on from these players. And people are saying, oh, you know what? I don't want to see anyone turning against Ruben Amorim on this. We've been down this road before. Marcus Rashford has sacked numerous amounts of managers. And look, we're still thinking about, oh, what Ruben said was wrong. If he said that about me, I'll sue him. I don't want to hear anything like that. Absolutely. This guy, why are you so infatuated with this guy? Not you guys, SLD, but other people around the fan base. It makes me laugh. Sal, I'm joking with the big fella stuff. Well, I'm 70 kilos, guys. I'm not a big fella. I mean, I'm a fit fella. I mean, kickboxed for 9 years, and do 5K every day. I don't think many people do that. Absolutely. Amorim is the best coach Man United have ever got in a decade after Sir Alex Ferguson. Conrad, I can't disagree, mate. And at the moment, look, it's not just the trophies. It's all to do with the mannerism as well, and making those big decisions, right? And sticking to those big decisions, making those big decisions and sticking to those big decisions. You know, and it takes guts and courage to do that. You know, I remember when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was managing Man United, and he said something about Rashford, and then later we retracted that statement and then apologized to Marcus Rashford. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a legend at Man United. It made me sick to my stomach when I saw Ole Gunnar Solskjaer apologizing to Marcus Rashford. I couldn't believe it. Tel striking and replacement of a ball is exceptional. I am impressed. You're late to the party, GK. Sal, is Paul Pogba back to Man United? Absolutely not. 10% chance, I heard. 10% chance, no chance. In other words, if you find offensive, I won't use that word. Big fella, it's out to respect, brother. I hope you don't mind it, brother. Brother, big fella means you're big. I'm not big. At the end of the day, just call me Sal. It's fine. Rashford can stay out of the rest of the time. I don't want him back to go with the under 16s. Absolutely. Look, it's going to be difficult to get rid of him. It is going to be difficult to get rid of him at the end of the day. And, I feel like with Rashford, he needs to move. I mean, he's already taken his time with a move to AC Milan. He turned his back on that deal. He's taking his time. He's waiting for Barcelona. Look, fair play. He wants to play for Barcelona. He's not going to get in the team. Who's he going to replace? Pedri? Lamar, Rafinha? Who's he going to replace at Barcelona? What is he waiting for here? I know that Ansu Fati might go on loan. So he's waiting for Ansu Fati to go on loan so that he can go into Barcelona because of FFP. But then he's not going to play. You know what I mean? It just seems about a little bit strange to me. You know what I mean? He just needs to take an opportunity at the likes of Dortmund, Galatasaray, any one of those teams. Take it, mate. Take it, score goals, build your confidence up, and then we go from there, of course. Gascoigne had a chance. Gascoigne, ciao. You spelled Gascoigne right. You newbies. Oh, goodness me. You can tell you haven't watched football for a long time. Gascoigne. Gascoigne. Had they chance to play United? Absolutely. Oh, the grammar. Luke Shaw can hold the bench for the rest of the season. If we put him in the pitch, he's going to get injured and come out with a sob story. Yeah, you know what? I mean, you forgive us for thinking. Forgive us for doubting him. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, he's done it on more than one occasion. Forgive us for doubting him. You know what I mean? By the way, guys, if you can't spell Gascoigne, spell Gaza. Gazza. It's far easier for you, less inclined of the intelligence level. I'm only joking, guys. Don't worry. Big up, everyone, of course. Big up Sal. Big up Jim. Big up, no problem. Fair play, Sal. We'll call you brother. Love to you, mate. Love to you, brother. It's all right, man. Don't worry. Don't take it personally. I'm just saying, you know, no one's called me big fella before. It just sounds weird. Big up, Sal, and everyone. Big up, my friend. Big up, Usherman. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're good, my friend. He's a scrub compared to those players. Absolutely. He's a fraud, Rasta. He's a fraud. He should go to jail. This Luke Shaw should go to jail. This guy's a fraud. He's a criminal, bro. He's a criminal. He fit, conveniently fit. As soon as a Dorgu walks into the door, he's fit. How can we? I mean, come on, we can't fall for that, of course. Hansi Flick doesn't look like he would deal with Rashford with tantrums. Absolutely not. Hansi Flick's a strict guy. Haven't heard much from Hansi Flick recently. Absolutely, definitely. Definitely haven't heard from Hansi Flick in a while. He did have a brilliant start, didn't he, at his tenure at Bayern Munich, of course. It's gone a little bit mellow, yellow. Yeah, he's gone a bit mellow recently. Absolutely. Rashford is on the blacklist of players that betrayed us fans and the club. I feel he wounded like how Tevez betrayed us. You know what? At least Tevez, you know what, was I regretted us selling Tevez, but what Tevez did was bad, calling out Alex Ferguson. But what Rashford has done is on par. And if Sir Alex Ferguson was in charge of Man United right now, he would do exactly the same, if not worse than what Ruben Amorim is doing right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. If Alex Ferguson was in charge of Man United right now, he would do worse than what Amorim is doing. He deserves it. These players need discipline. For goodness sake, they're on 300K a week and they can't train properly. I mean, we just need to look at some examples, even last season when he was walking around the pitch. He's been doing that for years, pulling out of headers. You know what I mean? Things like that. And he's been doing that for years. This needs to be called out. You know what I mean? Big up, Kenny. What's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well. Let's get the job done tonight. I hope so, mate. I hope so. Really hope so. I believe Man United can. It's going to be a partisan atmosphere. Of course, I had a few FCSB fans on the channel yesterday, and they were telling us it's going to be an electric atmosphere, guys. And you know what? I can't wait for it. I can't wait for Man United to play tonight because it's going to be an atmosphere. It's going to show character. We're going to have to show character. And I'm looking forward to that game tomorrow. A must win, a draw. Even that is a little bit dodgy. We're still not qualified with a draw slightly, I believe. It depends on the results of the other game. We probably will get through with a draw, but let's just concentrate on ourselves and try and win the game. SCSB have to win this game. They have to win this game. They got no choice because behind them, they're 1 point behind the 9th, 10th, and 11th position. Sal, Shaw just woke up from a sleep and realized he ain't no big fella anymore. No, he thought he had big shoes. Soon as he heard that someone he knew is coming to the team, he's shitting his pants. Absolutely. That's what he'd done before. Do you remember when Malacia walked into the football team? You remember when Shaw became fit for a few weeks and then realized that Malacia ain't that guy. Now he's come back and he saw Dorgu. He's going to see Dorgu and he's going to be like, let's experiment what Dorgu does. You know what I mean? Let's see how Dorgu does. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is at the end of the day. Tevez is a rat. Judas traitor. Yes. You know the problem with Tevez? He was promised a contract, Rasta. And we didn't give him a contract. That's why he did it. But he turned his back on the greatest manager of all time and went to our bitter rivals, of course. Tevez was brilliant. When it was Rooney, Tevez, and Ronaldo, I can't think of a better front line than that. Unfortunately, it got torn apart, and it got torn apart too soon as well. You know what? I would have liked to see that partnership at Man United for a much more prolonged period of time. But what obviously happened with Alex Ferguson? Alex Ferguson has his ways, to deal with things. You can't push Alex Ferguson. Alex Ferguson is a legend, and Tevez did that. And it was the wrong thing for Tevez, and he ended up leaving the football club. But going to our rivals was bad. We shouldn't have sold him to our rivals. With Tel, I also like talents like Antonio Nusa and Jaro Hato. Jaro Hato, I've had him on. I've mentioned him on the show before. Jaro Hato has been around for the last 2 years. Yeah, left wing back, left back, can play in midfield, can do a number of things, can play left midfield as well. Very good player, very good talent. Ajax, of course, and I'm a big fan of Jaro Hato. I am. Obviously, look, no. We're not looking at these players at the moment, sadly. I wish we were, but at the moment we're not. We have to win, to be honest. Can't risk it. No, we can't risk it. We have to win. We have to go for the win. Absolutely, Kenny. Absolutely. I'm glad we qualified for the round 16 with the top 8. We nearly qualified. We're not qualified yet. If we lose today, we can go out of the top 8. We can. We need to win today. It does look like Man United need to win today because there are a number of teams below us on similar amounts of points. We have to win this game. And it's difficult. It's difficult in Romania. It's going to be difficult. CR7 Tevez Bruno was lethal. Tevez was like a pit bull. It was a blend, wasn't it, SLD? It was like a mixture of complement. They complemented each other. Ronaldo was the finesse. Rooney was the grafter. Tevez was the absolute shithouse. You know what I mean? It was that. You know what I mean? It was like that. And it just worked so well together. If we had that partnership together for a longer period of time, Man United would have won a lot. Man United would have won the lot. Imagine we brought Berbatov into there as well. Man United would have just won the lot. And you know what? I was sad that when Tevez left, but I thought, you know what? He's a prick. To be honest with you, for doing that. Excuse my language. For doing that, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I would have liked him to go to any other club but Man City. No, not any other club, but I would have liked him to go abroad. You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is, and it happened. And, oh, well. Carlos was a great man, but for me, I was upset when he left us. Absolutely, I was. But one thing about that, and I look at things impartially. I look at things in a way that, you know what, the cause of what happened, why it happened. The reason it happened is because he was promised a contract and we didn't give him a new contract. And to be honest with you, he felt betrayed. And Alex Ferguson didn't answer the calls to him. So he felt that he's been disrespected and he ended up going to Manchester City, which is a no-no. He shouldn't have done that. He should have been a little bit more patient. That's what he should have been, absolutely. Sal, I apologize mucking around using the word big fella more like an Aussie slang. No, big fella's an English slang, Jim. It's an English slang, not Aussie slang. It's English. Big fella, we say big fella, but we say big fella when big fella is a big person. Big fella means big person, like big person. Or big fella can mean like someone legendary and stuff like that. Yeah. It's an English saying, in English language, of course. Rasta. And I never liked the fact that Michael Owen played for us and played for our main rivals. I never liked that idea. When we got rid of Cristiano Ronaldo, Rasta, you know, when we got rid of Cristiano Ronaldo, we replaced him with, you know, half the talent that Ronaldo had, Antonio Valencia. No disrespect to Antonio Valencia. He was a great player. No disrespect to Antonio Valencia. But you know what? We replaced him with Antonio Valencia, Marco Owen, and players like that. Nowhere near. And that was the beginning of Glazonomics. That is when Glazonomics came into the pattern. They came into the picture. You know? Disgraceful. Even if they made 3 signings in January, I ain't changing my stance on Ineos. Absolutely not. They're going to have to do a lot more, Kenny. They're going to have to be. A lot of people are easily pleased. A lot of people are very ignorant, you know what I mean, and naive, you know what I mean. They believe what they don't know, you know. Let's see how it goes. I know a lot of people are getting giddy because they supported them from the beginning and they don't want to be wrong and stuff like that. But let's just see how things go, of course. I was thinking something that we qualified, not yet. We might qualify with a point, Rasta, but more really and truly, we need a win. We need a win, absolutely. Big up, Rasta. Bayern is the wrong club for young Tiago Togo to be because they can choose from the best in the whole Bundesliga or the world for the best. Xerxes was at Bayern and had to jump ship too. Yeah. And Xerxes not quite proven himself yet, has he? You know what I mean? At the end there at Man United. And let's wait and see what happens, of course. We'll have to wait and see. Owen left Liverpool to win the league with us. He did as well, Kenny. Yeah, absolutely. He played for Liverpool. I take the rivalry dead serious. Rasta, you're right. We shouldn't have signed him. He wanted a league title, but he went to Newcastle before. He went to Real Madrid and Newcastle before he came to us, Rasta. So that sort of softens the blow a little bit. But he will never be classed as a Man United legend. It won't be classed as a Liverpool legend. He ruined his legacy. And as a pundit, he won't be classed as a punditry legend either. Absolutely not, Rasta. But yeah, that was part of Glazonomics, Rasta. Glazonomics, not Ineos, but Glazonomics. That was that. That was the start of it when we started bringing in dead players. Do you know what I mean? When Michael Owen was a young player, there was no one better than Michael Owen. Michael Owen was the best player in the world. Around 1998, 1999, 2000, Michael Owen was the best player in the world. I would argue that stance of anyone. But he played for Liverpool, you know, and to be honest with you, we got him late anyway, and he was finished. I don't know why we did that. Alex Ferguson obviously felt it was right. And you know what? He didn't stay too long. To be fair, that was a Glazer side. Absolutely. It wasn't from Liverpool, Kenny. It wasn't from Liverpool. It's from Newcastle United. He went to Real Madrid and then he went to Newcastle. It was a Newcastle signing. I know he's a Liverpool lad. I know that, but you know, he went to other places. It's a bit like Paul Wince. Paul Wince went to Inter Milan and then Liverpool. You know what I mean? It's a bit like that. Morning, sir. Maybe you've covered about the English press yesterday. Embarrassing. Every question about Marcus, pathetic. Get rid. Let's move on. Absolutely, Jamie. I watched it. I've just covered the press conference, of course. Every other question. Even Ruben Amorim was laughing. Ruben Amorim was laughing to himself like, my goodness me, what is this, the Rashford show? Rashford is not bigger than the football club. Rashford is not bigger than Ruben Amorim. Rashford needs to know his place. I know Rashford has got the media in his palm of his hands and stuff like that. And the media love asking questions about Marcus Rashford and stuff. But we hardly spoke about the game tomorrow. And I wanted to hear more about the game tomorrow, you know, about the threats of FCSC and stuff like that, you know. He only scored bank. Yeah. And the good thing about SLD, about Valencia, he would have fitted perfectly in Ruben Amorim's system. You know, he started off as a winger, didn't he? And he moved back to wing back. And you know, he would have fitted perfectly in our team. I mean, the thing I like about Antonio Valencia, as you said, SLD, is that Antonio Valencia was an absolute monster and he fought for the badge. And that is what you get with South American players. You know what I mean? That's what you get. They fight for the badge. You know what I mean? It's personal for them. And that's why I think we're looking for players around South America with the likes of Diego Leon coming in. And I hope we get more, of course. Sal, Michael Owen played for us. Would you call him a legend since he played for Liverpool? I can't. I've just said no. I don't call him a legend. I said earlier I won't call him a legend. Absolutely not. No, he's not a Liverpool legend either because he signed for Man United. Even though he had the potential to be an absolute legend, he's the only player to score in a Manchester derby, a El Clasico, and a Merseyside derby. True, sir. Marco in 1998 was the best in the world. I can't argue. I've watched him play. Absolutely, he was. I mean, that time, I think Inter Milan gave Liverpool a blank check for him at that time. Shame he's a Scouser. Edison was up to yesterday. United would like him for CDM. Let's see. Man United would like a lot of players. Diamond fit up in Auburn. Come on, man. No more ex-players, guys. Darmian flopped, and that was it. Amorim learned that players sacked managers at United and decided that he would not be my story. Never seen a drop like that betrayal by the player. Like you got, look, goals to George. What did I say before Ruben Amorim walked in? What did I say? Scroll back to what I said. I said Ruben Amorim needs to walk into that team and say, you're not performing for me. I'm not going to take your crap. Right? If you don't perform for me, you're out the door. And this is what I said before Ruben Amorim walked into the thing. I said, that is my only concern, that eventually they're going to try and throw this guy under the bus. Rashford is the instigator behind all the throwing under the bus syndrome that's been happening for the last 12 years. You know what I mean? You can tell in his body language. You can tell he's a manipulator. He will perform in training. Then when he gets on the pitch, he will manipulate. He won't perform. He will manipulate. That's what he does. And then he comes across as this nice guy and stuff like that. He's not a nice guy. Trust me. Absolutely not. The only reason I read that came from Liverpool. Our best number 10, Wayne Rooney, came from Everton. Yeah, Everton's different, though. Everton is Merseyside, but the rivalry is different. The rivalry comes from, obviously, the success of Liverpool and Manchester United and obviously that. It started off with the cotton and wool industry. Of course, those who know. And then Man United and Liverpool were fighting it out, success for success and stuff like that. And it just stemmed from that, of course, guys. Absolutely. But there's never been that hatred between Liverpool, Man United and Everton like there is Liverpool and Man United. We are Manchester United, not Cristiano Ronaldo, Ericsson, Garnacho or Bruno FC. We are united and together we fight for each other. Absolutely. I wouldn't bring Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano, come on, Jim. What are you a Man United fan? Because Jim, I'm joking, but you know what? Cristiano Ronaldo with a H. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. Cristiano Ronaldo, my friend, with no H. Eric Cantona. Look, let's not bring Eric Cantona and Cristiano Ronaldo in and then cut it and then say Garnacho, Bruno, and that, because they are legends of the football club. We have to admit. You know what I mean? They are what epitomized this football club. They are what brought this football club up. You know what I mean? A fan of 1992, you would know that, Jim, that, you know what, these players, I wouldn't even put them in the same bracket as them lot. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. But no problem. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just joking, by the way, Jim. Take it as a joke. Don't take it offensively. Not everything is an insult. Right? I just take it as a joke. I do. But the thing is, guys, no, Garnacho and Cristiano and Eric Cantona in the same sentence and Bruno in the same sentence. It's just, wow. Absolutely, yeah, because, look, guys, all seriousness, to be honest with you, tonight we have a massive game. I will be live for the watch-along at 11:30 p.m. Of course, UK time, my friends. Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a difficult game, of course. I am looking forward to the game, of course. And let's see what it brings. Because you know what? FCSB will be up for this game. They will be up for this game, of course. Guys, just a little bit. This is Tel yesterday. Is this a goodbye? Do you think that is a goodbye, guys? What would you say about that? What would you say about that? I know Everton and Liverpool used to be one club. No, they didn't, Rasta. That I think you're talking about maybe in the 1900s, 1800s or something like that. There never used to be one club. There's always been Everton and there's always been Liverpool. Goodness me. Oh, absolutely. So their legends love them. I'm not insulted. I don't take it seriously. What I mean is that we live in those players, but I'm not a player at FC. And no, I'm not player at FC. Absolutely not. No. But those players right now, Cantona and Ronaldo, don't play for us, and they are legends of the football club. Player FC is more to do with players who are currently playing now, who have played for Man United, and people are obsessed with them, even though they're not successful at this football club yet. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by that. Absolutely. Big up though. No problem. Guys, look, you know what? I will be back later on with, I will have a journalist, hopefully, fingers crossed, just waiting for confirmation. I will have a journalist on later on, of course, guys. A big one as well. So make sure you tune in for that. Barman, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Sal, any moves on the direction of Tel? Looks like Tel, that would be telling, wouldn't it, Barman? Looks like Tel could be coming to Man United. He wants to come to Man United. The only stumbling block is Spurs. Tottenham Hotspur have stuck their noses in it, and they want to get a piece of the pie. That's what they want to do. Absolutely. Let's hope that he chooses Man United. It's the right choice, of course. Big up, Jim. No problem, brother. You are a legend yourself. Don't forget that. Absolutely. It's all debates on this, guys. It's all shenanigans and stuff like that. But that's how this show goes, guys. Absolutely, sometimes. And yeah, you know what? Yeah, I've got a thing with grammar. Especially Man United legends grammar. I go mad when people don't spell the names right. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the hell? You know what I mean? The Dennis Law thing was mad. ZZ2, Zinedine Zidane, Sanjay, big up. Sal, when will Amorim stop doing 3-4-2-1? It's not good. I like 4-4-2. Be fully because it works. And just because these players don't have the IQ to play it doesn't mean it's a bad system. Stick with the system and get the players that the manager wants. These players have played 4-4-2, 4-3-3. They fouled on that formation, be fully. They fouled on that formation. Why are we going to bow down to what the players can and can't do? Maybe we should just go out and buy the players that suit the system that has been heavily successful for Ruben Amorim. You know, just a few months ago, he was absolutely smashing it with Sporting Lisbon. Let's not forget that. If it worked for Sporting Lisbon, we need to get to players in that it works for Man United. No, there's no compromise in success. Let me tell you something about success. And I've known many successful people in my life. There's no compromise in success. You don't move away from your philosophy and your beliefs. I believe in a formation, and we support the manager. Absolutely. ZZ Top. What's that ZZ Top? Italy. Grammar, no, what you on about? Cristiano Ronaldo is not spelled Cristiano. It's Cristiano is a CR, no H. And also Gascoigne, Cascoigne, Gascoigne, not Gascoyne. Just saying. Absolutely. Sal, my keyboard was like, oh yeah, whatever, mate. So you got the C and the H confused. You got the R and the H. You know where the R is and the H. Unless you got these fingers everywhere, the R's up the top, the H is down there. I'm only joking, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm just joking. You got to laugh. You got to laugh. Absolutely. Guys. Yeah. Look. You know what? There's no compromise in success. As I said, there's no compromise in success. And to be honest with you, I would say that I wouldn't change the formation. Absolutely not. Anybody that wants a sign for Spurs, they're delusional. Absolutely. Absolutely. Where are the K? The K what? The K what? The K what? Absolutely. Where are the K? It's an Italian training kit. My wife is Italian. I got Neapolitan, sorry. I've got Neapolitan roots, Napoli. My wife's Italian, everything. I've got a lot of connections to Italy and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's why I wear Italian tops sometimes. And I think it suits me. I don't know about you, but I think it suits me. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, guys. So, guys, I want to thank everyone for joining me. It's been a fantastic show. I'm not going yet. You're not going to get rid of me that easily, guys. You're not going to get rid of me that easily. I am going on, of course, guys. Absolutely. I want to talk about Giovanni Quenda. Ruben Amorim has put Giovanni Quenda at the top of his transfer list for the summer. Giovanni Quenda, of course, played under Ruben Amorim at Sporting Lisbon and is a very, very talented individual. It looks like Giovanni Quenda will be one of around three players that could come from Sporting Lisbon to sign for Manchester United in the summer. Now, this is just rumors at the moment, but it does look like Ruben Amorim wants to bring the core of the team that made him so successful to Manchester United so that he can implement his formation much more effectively, of course, guys. That is very, very interesting news coming out there, of course, guys. Very, very interesting news. It doesn't matter. I thought it's like misspelling. We all know what we mean. It's disrespectful with Man United legends, Jim. It's disrespectful. Just so you know, there are people spelling Dennis with two N's. It's one N. Yeah. And, it is disrespectful for Man United. I'm just giving you some light-hearted advice, right? That's what I would say. When you come up against another Man United fan and you spell the name wrong, they're gonna make banter you. But I say this out of love. You know, when you say Cristiano Ronaldo, I mean, I can spell Kanchelskis. I can spell Schmeichel without even thinking. You know what I mean? Because I watched them my whole life. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And, you know, I only going to Solskjaer. I can spell. Do you know what I mean? And one thing I would say is just out of love. Just out of love. Take it as love. What I would say. The song that was being played, Tel said goodbye. I don't know. To be honest with you. I don't listen to modern music. All my music is old fashioned. It's old music, of course. Absolutely. It's all old music, guys. Fillets, of course, guys. It sounds like a fillet of fish. I hope that you're all good. And to be honest with you, it is match day and we're getting in the match day vibes. That's why we're letting loose a little bit today. We're letting loose a little bit today. I'll have my corporate head on later on when I have the interview. All right. So I'm just relaxed at the moment and stuff like that. Yeah. Big up. Yeah. I mean, big up, of course. Absolutely. Yeah. Look, I've been a fan since 1989, over 500 games. And you know what? I know what these fans, I got slaughtered for things myself. When I used to get things wrong, when I was growing up as a Man United fan, and I'm a Londoner at the end of the day. And if I didn't know certain things about the history, I would get it thrown right in my face. You know what I mean? And that's what I do. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I say, look, you can't say that. You can't spell it like that. You know what I mean? There are many people spelling Dennis Law with 2 N's. It was sad, didn't it? But you know what? People make mistakes. I would like to see Wayne Rooney's son play for us, Kai Rooney. He could play. He's quicker than his father. He's not as good as his father, though, Rasta. The thing is that the great thing about Wayne Rooney, and I'll say it like this, right? Wayne Rooney came from the street, Rasta. You know what I mean? The projects in America, right? He came from the street. He had the street mentality, right? Kai Rooney has been brought up and raised in a very privileged way. So that takes away a little bit of edge from the player, in my opinion. A bit like Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. Not saying they're not going to become an amount of great players. I'm just saying comparing them to their father is completely a no-no. Because the father, Wayne Rooney, is a legend. Kai Rooney, just like David Beckham's son and that, you have to wait and see how it turns out and stuff like that, of course. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I would say in regards to that, respectfully, to be honest. I would say that. Let's see how Kai Rooney develops. I hope he develops well. If he becomes half the player his father was, great. No, I mean, great at the end of the day. And the same with Ronaldo. Ronaldo's smashing the goals in Saudi Arabia. Ronaldo Jr. is smashing the goals in the youth team, of course, in Saudi Arabia. So that is interesting, of course, guys. Absolutely. But, guys, you are all legends, by the way. Absolutely every one of you. Jim, Rasta, Sanjay, Mandem, you're all the proper G's, guys. You're all the proper G's. You're the proper people of the chat, guys. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. SLD, legend, of course. Barman, legend, of course. Goals for George, legend. Every single one of you. Kenny, legend, of course, guys. Every single one of you have come on today. Absolute legends. United Road, legend. Big up, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back later on for Chatterbox. Don't forget to join me. It's a massive show. A very big show, guys. So please, please, please don't forget to join me for that show. It should be a cracker. It should be a cracker. Absolutely, guys. Have a fantastic day, morning, evening, wherever you are. I'll see you later. And remember, it's just a commercial. Don't take it too seriously at the end of the day. Guys, glory, glory, Man United. Up the Reds. Come on, United. Let's do this. And let's make sure we get the points in the bag. We need to qualify in that top 8. We don't qualify in that top 8. We got a playoff, guys. We got a playoff. And we don't want any more playoffs, guys. Absolutely not. No more playoffs coming at Man United. We're tired of players and we've got enough games going on at the moment to last us a lifetime, of course. Take it easy, guys. Have a splendid day. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. Peace.
In 10 games in Premier League, we won 2. I know that. Imagine what is this for a fan of Manchester United. Imagine what is this for me. So we are getting a new coach that is losing more than the last coach. I have full knowledge of that. Like I said, I'm not going to change no matter what. And I know we can succeed, but we need to survive this moment because I'm not naive. And I know that we need to survive now. So we are being the worst team, maybe, in history of Manchester United. I know that you want headlines, but I'm saying that because we have to acknowledge that and to change that. So here we go, your headlines.